Hello guys, how are you doing? So today we're going to go over the enterprise network design. That pretty much covers, it goes more in depth on like three-tier network, like what the access layer do. Pretty much just what the access layer does. They don't really touch on the distribution, but then again, distribution at core kind of already covered in the last video. So we're going to go over, the first section is the 2 and 3 tier network design. That basically just reiterates that you don't always need the core layer. Sometimes you can collapse the core and distribution layer into one. The core layer, like it says right there, isn't always needed, because if you don't have enough network blocks, why spend the money on a nice switch? Like, you could use the money somewhere else. Then even if you're in like a really small network, say you have like a little restaurant, like all you need to do is connect to the internet and have some phones connected. You could do it all in one layer. You don't even need a 2 or 3 tier design. You can just have it all collapsed into one. This is in depth on a layer 2 access design, so it's all just VLANs and beautiful paintwork. I think it's actually not terrible, surprisingly, but then again, I didn't draw the lines. I used a little tool. But here, this example, you have VLAN 5 and VLAN 10. You'll block one because if you don't block it, it's gonna loop and you're gonna blow your network up. You have a broadcast storm, so you have to block it. The spanning tree will decide without per VLAN spanning tree will just block the whole port, the whole channel, so you'll just lose that bandwidth. But with per VLAN spanning tree, you can kill a certain link for a certain VLAN, so then you can still use that link. It's not just dead in the water. The best practice is to have VLANs on split them down, like usually you want to split them down the middle, so you have odd on one side, even on the other, or you say you have 12 VLANs, you'll have 6 on distro 1, 6 on distro 2, spread them out, so efficiency wise. But here you'll block, right here you'll block VLAN 5, and then VLAN 5 will take this route and get, it won't be able to go there because it's blocked there. And then VLAN 10 is vice versa. It'll take this route and then get blocked there. Yeah, so the biggest worry with layer 2 is, of course, like I said, loops. You have a broadcast storm, it'll just keep running until your switches have to reboot and it'll blow itself up. But that's where spanning tree comes in, but there's all different types of spanning tree. There's rapid spanning tree, per VLAN spanning tree. Kind of thought process is to bring layer 3 all the way down to the access layer, but then you're changing what's it called, spanning tree complexity for routing complexity. So I guess if you're like a routing guy and you only know routing, you can bring it down that way and have it all just route. But there's some drawbacks. I mean, the cost is going to be a lot more because you have to spend for layer 3 access switches, and if you're in a big enterprise network, that's going to be quite a pretty penny. Then there's also, you can't just walk, like, so it won't be able to just keep your bring you from VLAN to VLAN. You're going to have to get a whole different IP whenever you hop onto another subnet. Whenever you try to access, say you're going through WAPs, they keep on getting a different subnet, different IP. So that next one is the layer 3 access design. Here you got another one of my beautiful designs. So here is, you bring layer 3 to the access layer. Like I said, you trade off layer 2 complexity for layer 3 complexity, so I mean, it depends on what you want to do. You'll have the SVIs on, the access layer because, well, it has to be layer 3. And then, yeah, so this is basically what will happen. Everything up here will be layer 3 running OSPF, RIP, God forbid. Or, what's the other one? EIGRP, that's it. And layer 2, you just don't have to worry about spanning trees. Basically, it's your choice. If money isn't an issue and you don't really have to worry about hopping VLANs, hey, you might want to go this way. It might be more fun. You might be more comfortable with layer 3. Next is data center design. So there's 2 real thought ideologies, thought processes, styles. Core aggregation access instead of distribution. They call it aggregation to, I guess, kind of differentiate itself from the normal 3-tier architecture. And then they have the spine and leaf, which the spine and leaf is like the main thought process you want to follow, just because its scalability is a lot better. Because the 3-tier runs into issues of you get in the aggregation block, you run out of ports, which is understandable because, I mean, if you're in a data center, there's a lot of servers running. So there they usually do a 1-to-1. So like you'll have your distribution block and you'll have your access block, and then you'll just keep stacking those, which isn't that efficient. While here you have, you know, your spine, which this is just your backbone. That's all it is layer 3 switching. It just does it fast, like the core. And then the access layer is where the leaf layer is your access layer, pretty much. It brings in everything, your internet, your end services, your applications, your servers, your storage. Brings in the core also into there. So you bring everything into that layer, and then you can just, you know, if you need more access ports, you just expand the leaf layer, don't have to touch the spine. And if you need more, you know, more fast layer switching, fast ports, you just add another switch in the spine, and it's I mean, it's a lot easier to expand on, to be honest, than the layer 3, or the 3-tier architecture, because it's just, I mean, all you have to do is just slap another switch in there, plug 2 ports in, and bing, bang, boom, you're done, you know? But that covers that. I will, so the next video will be me coming up with my plan for my home lab, which I think I'm going to do a live stream, just because I just need to sit there and think about it, and like Google and, you know, spend some time figuring it out. And then maybe after that I'll put it into a video, but I'm just going to do a live stream just because why not? I don't know how to live stream yet, but we'll figure that out. But that'll be next. And then I think after that is first hop redundancy protocol. So we're going to go over that maybe this weekend. I don't know. It's Christmas, so we'll see. I don't know if I'll have time, but that's the game plan. Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching, and see y'all later.